We have about a quarter of our population living or working on captured land, about a third of the entire population living in households that steal their electricity, and about 2/3 of the water supplied by the Water Commission is either lost or stolen. What that means is that many children are raised in households where theft is normal. I think that before you start talking about solutions, you actually have to have a good handle on what the problem really is. Now, can I just quickly describe what I think the problem is?
Sure.
Okay. The approach that the OUR takes is they think this is a technical problem. And so they keep fining JPS for failing to meet a certain target in terms of loss reduction. And the problem is that it's not fundamentally a technical problem. Of course, you have to change the engineering, you have to make it harder to steal, but everything that JPS has done in that regard has been quite rapidly bypassed by the population. So we can't find a technical solution to this. Second issue is it a problem of poverty? Now, we're actually pretty sure it's not fundamentally a problem of poverty because, surprisingly, poverty is not a strong predictor of crime and theft. There are aspects of this which are really about cultural and about role models. So if we look at the cultural issues, we have about a quarter of our population living or working on captured land, about a third of the entire population living in households that steal their electricity, and about 2/3 of the water supplied by the Water Commission is either lost or stolen. Now, what we don't know is the exact split between the two. What that means is that many children are raised in households where theft is normal. It's a normal, and many members of these communities don't even really see non-payment as theft, but as a means to survival. And if you hear them talking about it, they talk about it as a form of welfare. Now, where JPS have gone into these communities and regularized the situation and put people onto the prepay system and given them the affordable meter, what you typically see is that the level of abstraction, the level of theft does go down, but unless you maintain vigilance, it creeps back up. And we think the reason why it creeps back up is that you see people all around you who are not paying. Now, at that point, you start to feel like a bit of a fool because you may be the only one that's... So you have to address this point that there is a deep-rooted culture, a practice of theft. Now, that can be addressed, but you have to address all of it, because if you leave role models in the community who are stealing with impunity and getting away with it and enjoying a better quality lifestyle than you have, with lots of AC and refrigeration and so on and so forth, then you kind of, it undermines your willingness to stay on the side of legality.
I think so far we have been glossing over the issue of the paying customers. And I want to drill down some more on this because, yes, I don't support illegal theft of electricity. And the JPS should find a way to deal with that. But to say that something cannot be done for the paying customers when they have to punish the illegal customers, I think that is way out. Why can't the JPS invest in some generators and have their technical people install them in the homes of the persons who are paying customers? That's an easy solution, right? And why, Dr. Wheatley, is the government not zeroing in on the Utilities Regulation Act? Because the OUR will tell you that their hands are tied because the act does not give them the leeway to do certain things.
Dr. Wheatley, can you respond?
Roddy, I was a bit distracted, to be quite honest. You were saying something about JPS installing generators for paying customers.
Yeah, I'm saying that's a quick fix solution for the paying customers.
Well, it's a pity that Roddy, it's a pity JPS is not here with us to answer that question. I cannot speak for JPS as to what they are able to afford as solutions. The bottom line is, and I agree with you, paying customers should not be forced to suffer because persons, because of illegal means, of course, the transformers to blow or to deprive them of having electricity, So I am with you on that. Now the solution, I cannot tell you the solution because, as Professor Clayton stated earlier, as engineers develop solutions, anti-theft solutions, again, other engineers are looking to break that down. And that is the reality. Roddy, you and I are from the same era. And you see how the ingenuity on display, the different mechanisms they use to throw up the wires. In fact, you know, in the past, when JPS and the police used to do exercises where they remove these illegal wires, by the time they leave the community, you see persons coming out with sticks and wires trying to reinstall their system. And that is the reality. How do we fix that now? Is it a social problem? Is it a situation where persons cannot afford it? I mean, we have to need some serious discussion, and it is something that has been around for around 20, 25 years. Persons have been illegally extracting electricity. So don't fool ourselves. It's just right now because we are seeing where a number of communities along St. John's Road and other sections of Jamaica, persons are suffering because you have those who are hell-bent on extracting electricity illegally. And because of the anti-theft system that is in place, what it caused, the entire area to be without electricity. So, you know, we have to just face the reality of the situation.